Now it's not just about the aesthetics, greenery, and the approach also has been modified to suit the international curriculum kind of teaching. The school has evolved and we have seen it growing.
Hi, welcome to Yellow Slate, your very own school search engine that helps you find the best schools for your kid based on various filters and parameters. Today, we have Mr. Kalyan, whose kids are studying in Suchitra Academy, which is in Qutubullapur near Suchitra Junction. Let's speak to him and understand what he thinks about the school and his honest opinion about it. So, to begin with, what were your initial thoughts about Suchitra Academy when you first visited the campus, and what made you to choose the school over the other schools in the same locality?
Well, see, I have three kids, three sons. All of them go to Suchitra Academy, and my eldest has just given his 10th board exams. So our association with Suchitra is now almost more than 10 years. So back then, the Suchitra Academy, and of course, the fact that even the second son and the third son we admitted there endorses that we are quite happy with the school. But yeah, when we first went to visit the school, it's obviously the campus that impressed us of the first. Now it's not just about the aesthetics, greenery, and the way the sheer largesse of the campus, but what we could see is also it's very organized. We can see that the management is serious about all the aspects which would help in overall growth of children, So that's the starting point, the first impression as you asked me. Then of course our first touch points were the admission staff and the principal back then, and later current vice principal and the senior management who gave us a lot of comfort.
Sir, can you tell us which syllabus did you choose for your kids, and is there any specific rationale behind choosing that syllabus?
Well, back then I think CBSE was a default option, but right now the Suchitra Academy also has international curriculum. So my eldest son and second son have spent enough amount of time in the CBSE curriculum, and hence it's logical for them to have continued. But when it came to our third son, we had an option to choose international curriculum. We could have chosen, but I think it's more, we're quite excited, and we get to see, we have attended the orientation of international. I think it's pretty good, solid. The approach also has been modified to suit the international curriculum kind of teaching. But in our specific case, though, I thought we would rather go with the CBSE for all the three kids.
Got it. And speaking about the teaching quality and also the academic orientation of the school, what are your thoughts on it, and how did the school evolve over a period of time and get better at that aspect?
Yeah, I think you use the right words, Anton. I think the school has evolved and we have seen it growing. There are obviously teething problems at initial stages in terms of teacher rotation, retention, so on and so forth. But what I could see is Suchitra Academy has constantly been thinking and thinks. So every time, every year you see there is some improvement. Always the standards keep getting up, better and better. So yes, there were initial problems in terms of, particularly, see, rest of the things are manageable, right? So when really what matters, what really has an impact is when, the teachers change, middle of the academic year changes, so on and so forth. I think maybe for 1 year particularly, I think there were some issues like that. And of course, other things keep happening, but I think now they have sufficient staff. The school strength has gone up. So academic and non-academic staff they have, and more importantly, I think they've got good set of systems and processes in place, and can truly be considered as an institution. So I think that institutional build-up is what I think has happened over time.
Got it. And speaking about the management, sir, is it easy to reach out to them in case if you have any questions or concerns? And how often do you have these parent-teacher meetings, and how open are the teachers for feedback? So can you throw more light on that?
Oh yes, I think from an approachability point of view, I think as I was mentioning a little while ago, they've got scheduled meetings, in-person meetings, and the phone numbers are shared with the parents. And of course, during a certain period of day, you can reach them out. There are also WhatsApp groups through which communication happens, and there's other stuff like newsletters and all, which are more one way, but even interactive channels of communication are there, quite approachable. Most of the times, there'll always be exceptions in every school coming. They're all humans, so there are always exceptions, 5%, 10%, but most of the time, most of the teachers are very genuine and committed to the welfare of the child. So very approachable, solves the problems. There's a good feedback mechanism.
Got it. And you spoke about the teacher attrition. Is there any other area, if you have to be really critical and speak for the other parents, is there any other area where you think the school can still get better at or can focus more and work upon?
By the way, I don't think right now they have an attrition problem, but I'm saying that during the process of evolution they had at maybe 6, 7, 8 years back, I think.
Okay.
But right now I don't think it's a problem. But if you ask me that if you have to be really critical and put a few points on there, and on behalf of other parents as well, I think Suchitra Academy offers a range of options to the kids. Okay, for example, kids do participate in extracurricular activities. Sports is one area, arts is another area. So in that process, I think maybe there can be some scope for giving more attention depending on individual interests. One, I mean, when I say individual interests, I'm saying both academic and non-academic. See, I think Suchitra Academy is a very good overall development school. Okay, and in a lot of areas, it has also got a specific focus of academic and non-academic interest. But what I didn't feel, but probably what I get to hear from some of the special interests of some of the parents who got special interests is maybe there are some areas where they can deepen what they kind of provide.
Got it. And especially talking about your elder son, because he's already in 10th standard and he's at that juncture where he has to pick and choose some subjects and take some critical calls on what he's interested in, what he's not interested in. Yes. So did school provide any sort of counseling or support to your son to pick and choose the right subjects? And I wanted to understand the amount of support that your kid has got, especially during the examination time for 10th board or while choosing the subjects for the 11th standard.
Sure, I will answer this question in 2 parts. Part one is the support as a child from an academics point of view. I think my eldest son has got a tremendous amount of support from the school in terms of what are the areas he is good at and what are the areas he needs improvement. Specific resources to be allotted to him to come up the curve in terms of what are the areas he should, so on and so forth, and including during the exam time. I think during the exams also helping the students tackle the exam fears and providing them with not only basic subject etc., but also how to handle the exam related approach. Conducting those counseling sessions, so on and so forth, has always been there. Even for that matter, since you specifically asked about my lesson, all through his career. I mean, particularly once he started getting to higher classes. And second part of the question is about options as we go forward. In fact, we are right now at that juncture, as you rightly mentioned. There are options available on all the 3 streams, on humanities and sciences and commerce. There are options available, and surely there is a counseling process that is going on as we speak in terms of guiding the student from the strengths point of view of the student, and also what are the potential career opportunities one can explore if one chooses a particular stream. Covering all these aspects, I think there is a good amount of counseling that happens.
Got it. Thank you so much. And before we wind up, on scale of 10, with 10 being the highest, how likely are you to recommend Suchitra Academy to other parents or your kith and kin and your peers in your family?
Yeah, I don't know if it is, I mean, I don't know if I can put a number on it, but for sure, yes, I would definitely recommend, because I think every parent's experience is unique. In my opinion, of course, it is. I would surely recommend it to. In fact, I did. Right?
Okay.
So, I recommend to some of the people whom I know, and as I said, I myself I have 3 children, so I have recommended to myself twice.
Yeah, that's so evident. And sir, one last thing that a lot of parents would be keen to know is what is the fee structure of the school? How much are you paying? And did it increase over a period of time?
Well, see, the fee structure what we pay is different than the current year, for example. I think it's a function of which year of admission one gets into. For example, I think I pay more fee of my third kid than how much I pay to my second kid, though he is 6 years younger. So it all is a function of the year of admission. I know how much is the current fee structure as well. While I pay, as I said, lesser, the current fee structure, and when I say this includes a bunch of academic and non-academic areas also, which are some of them are mandatory and some of them are optional. So there's a tuition fee part of it, then there is a food part of it, and there's a transportation part of it, and of course there are other things, etc. I think if I know it right, it's about roughly, it hovers between 2.5 to 3 lakhs is the range in which the tuition fee hovers for the current academic years.
Okay, so you're speaking for all the classes, right?
I think what I'm saying is for 8th class, I guess.
Okay.
But I think it's more or less would be 5% here and there.
Got it. And is that inclusive of food and transport, or?
Include the food, transportation is additional. I'm saying the tuition and the food. And then there is, and the part of your other question is also, yes, the fees will increase marginally for the current students and keeps getting reset for the new admissions.
Got it. So it's on par with the inflation, generally 5-10%.
Yeah, I think the annual growth for the current existing students is more like an inflation basis.
Okay.
But for the new admissions, it's more on a reset.
Thank you very much for your thoughts, sir. I'm sure a lot of your opinions and information that you passed on will be of great help for other parents who are looking for good schools in the same locality. And on behalf of all those parents, thank you once again for your time.
And thank you for bringing this kind of an education and spreading it to people so they can make informed decisions.
Thank you very much for your kind words. Thank you.